I thank the ranking member. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, this is actually a pretty simple question, and I know my friend from Iowa tends to see this question through the lens of his own personal experience and his own company. But frankly, this is a bigger question than that. I think it's right that the federal government has a stake in how it spends its money, that the federal government ought to be able to say that when we fund construction projects, we don't want contractors to simply pick the cheapest labor they can. And sure, we may want to build more roads, but we want to make sure those roads last. It's not just a matter of how many miles you build, but whether or not they're going to be done in a way that makes sure that the quality of the work matches the investment that this country is making. And so I understand the gentleman's point. I can just tell you about my own experience, having done development, construction in one of the toughest markets in America, big construction and small jobs. I always knew when we paid prevailing wage that the work was going to be done on time and it was going to be done with quality. And when it comes to the federal dollar, doesn't it seem to me and all of us here that cheap is not always better? That we owe it to the American people to deliver to them a product that's consistent with the quality that we would like to see in our own home? You go to buy material, or when you go to hire a contractor yourself for your own home, you don't say to yourself, who's the lowest cost provider I can get? You want to make sure the job is done right. Secondly, the American people need a raise. We don't need the federal government to participate in this race to the bottom in undercutting local economies by paying people less than their worth. We've lost enough in this country. It's time to end this. I yield back.
Gentleman's